Rogue Racing 1 has passed AL Racing for third position. Rogue Racing 1, a real charge through the field and chasing down the battle for first and second between Rogue Racing 2 and Mini Maxi, currently the leader. 2F back in 8th position, has made a move on Triple Troubles. Triple Troubles, the number 444 kart. So that's 2F also starting quite to the back of the field, making moves and up into 8th position. 2F, that is the front of these 4 karts, the white kart. New race, personal best lap for Bazinga, a 50.7. Lanzetti only doing a 50.9, basically a 51. So Bazinga closing in 0.3 of a second on that last lap. Bazinga still hounding Lanzetti all the time. It's got to be almost 10 laps now that he's snapping at the heels of Lanzetti. "25 laps completed, average speed of 69 kilometers an hour. As we see Lanzetti coming up behind Red Bull Racing number 79. Bazinga staying as close as possible. Very important move that. If the guy in front passes a back marker, put your bumper right against his back bumper and follow him through. You don't want to get a back marker sandwiched between you and the kart ahead. F2F with Rock Racing number 53 right behind him, right in that slipstream. Difficult part of the track to make a move here. Probably gonna have to wait. Oh, Rock Racing looking at the outside. 2F, slight impact with the curb as we come over the bridge. Rock Racing putting 2F under all sorts of pressure. Here it is key. Get that good drive out of the double left-hander onto the 190 meter start finish straight. This is where you got to make your move. He thought about it, had a look, decided against it, pulled back behind 2F. 3 seconds behind them. You can see Nissan After Sales, Singular System still with their tussle for 12th position. F2F taking a very wide line out of turn 5 before the double right-hander, and that is where Rock Racing seems to be making some ground. But 2F very good on the exit of the double left-hander, making it difficult for Rock Racing to get close enough to make a move. And that is Rock Racing is through on 2F. Rock Racing has made the move. On your left-hand side of the screen, Bazinga has passed Lanzetti. Fortunately, it happened off camera. We missed that. Bazinga is passed. After 10 to 15 laps of battling, Bazinga has made the move. Bazinga currently third in your championship standings. So this is very good for their effort, chasing down Mini Maxi in the standings. And Zeti losing a bit of ground. Trying to stay in that toe. Bazinga looking over his shoulder, wants to make sure where Lanzetti is. Get back to that battle later. Rock Racing 2F2F. Looks like Rock Racing taking another 4/10 out of a second. 4/10 of a second, building that lead over 2F2F. Looks like Rock Racing can get away from 2F2F. Well, there we see 2F2F right back in it. Team Edenvale there on your leaderboard, 1:34 seconds, their last lap. What that means is they have made one of a driver change's pit stops. Typically a driver change can take anything from 13 to 30 seconds. Time lost on track. If you can get it to 13, it is an absolutely epic driver change. So 1:34, not the fastest driver change. Team Edenvale is back out on track. Some of these karts haven't made any stops as of yet. Okay, let's get a rundown of your positions. Mini Maxi on screen. So you can see him coming into the double right-hander complex, followed by Rogue Racing number 128. Rogue Racing 2, that is, that's the blue card. Rogue Racing 1 closing in on Rogue Racing 2. AL Racing just went out of screen, number 589 in 4th position. Here we see Bazinga and Lanzetti Racing. Zeti now 0.9 seconds behind them. This is Roadrunner number 76 kart. Then we have Rock Racing will come into your screen. 38 seconds behind the leader, Rock Racing number 53 with 2F2F, the battle we just watched earlier. Kart number 99, I believe that is Super Pig Racing. This one after sales 122, currently in 11th position. Singular Systems also doing a very good job, up into 12th. Kart number 12, PNC Racing, after that lap 1 incident, up to P13. Kartinator Peak, P14. Kartinator Peak. Their team is Xavier Gobile, Dane Moodley and Max Gobile. Red Bull number 79. Surely we are getting faster. P16, Kart 991. We are going to go to the battle for P2. It is Rogue Racing 2 leading Rogue Racing 1. Two sister karts here. Two teammates. Probably family members and friends. Rogue Racing 2 leading the way. Rogue Racing 1 is going to look for a way past here. As they say, the first rule in motorsport is don't crash into your teammate. As they come into turn 1, it is Rogue Racing 1 making a move on Rogue Racing 2. Rogue Racing 1 up into P2. Rogue Racing 2 on the outside, tucks back in behind Rogue Racing 1. I don't think we can expect too much of a challenge here. Rogue Racing 1 gained a lot of ground so far in this race. We are half an hour in, ladies and gentlemen. 8.5 hours of this race to go. Rogue Racing 1 made that move into second position. Your leader at this moment still Mini Maxi. Rogue Racing 1 tucking in there, employing the human DRS, trying to reduce that aerodynamic drag as much as possible. And I can tell you folks, on a kart that can really help. That can easily be a 1/10 of a second. Doesn't sound like much, but yes, it can help. The other thing to consider is it is an endurance race. It does take a lot of effort to tuck in. So you need to conserve that energy, and also you obscure your vision as you look down and tuck your head behind the steering wheel. So you won't see that happen every time, mostly if drivers are trying to get away from a kart behind or trying to gain on a kart in front to get into that slipstream. Again, a tuck from Rogue Racing 1 coming across the start finish line. A 50.233 is lap, still a bit off the Mini Maxi fastest lap of the race, 50.195. Rogue Racing 1 4.6 seconds behind Mini Maxi. Rogue Racing 2 just a bit more than a second already lost to Rogue Racing 1. So Rogue Racing 1 doing great times. As we see on our leaderboard, Roadrunner, new personal best lap of the race, of 50.8838. Lanzetti with a 51.243. So Roadrunner closing in by 0.4 of a second on that lap. The gap is still 7 seconds. Massive mix of karts here. Leading the way is the 53 Rock Racing. Not all karts on the same lap. As I said before, some karts have made their pit stops, so they will drop down the order, but you gain some positions as the leaders make their pit stops. Setenide back on track after that earlier issues that he had. He is in P18. 28 laps, our leader. Mini Maxi on 39 laps, so Setenide has lost 11 laps. I'm guessing they made their 10-minute pit stop. So all is not lost, as we see Bazinga tucking there on the start-finish line, trying to make a move up the field. Bazinga's last lap 51.0, AL Racing a 50.6, so he is losing 0.4 of a second. That is Bazinga losing 0.4 to AL Racing. Lanzetti with a 51.2, so he's losing 0.2 of a second to Bazinga. The field is starting to spread out now. Triple troubles, 10 minutes 20. Not too bad at all for a 10-minute stop, meaning that once they cross the start finish line, the timer starts. And then as you go on your in lap into the pits, you make your stop, and then you have to ensure, the team has to ensure that their 10 minutes is passed when they cross the start finish line again. Now I can tell you folks, it sounds easy, but it can be really tricky to get that time to perfection, especially as the kart comes into the pits and there are frantic stuff happening as you try to repair a kart, driver changes, refueling, etc. So 10 minute 20, not bad at all. sidewinder back out. Great to see. Unfortunately, he has lost so much time. He is 28 laps behind our leader. I think he may have taken his 30-minute pit stop to repair that damage. We saw the front right of his kart had that damage. Looking at the battle for P16, surely we are getting faster versus Team Edenvale. As we come onto the start-finish line, this is epic. 2 karts abreast, 3 karts involved, a double overtake into turn 1. Great stuff. Rogue Racing 1 new race fastest lap so far, a 50.187. Mini Maxi doing a 50.663. So Rogue Racing 1 taking a half a second out of Mini Maxi. That's a 1.1 second gap. So within 2 laps he's going to be in striking distance. Let's take a look. Mini Maxi, you can see that gap there. Just 1 second, one back marker in between them. 153 coming over the bridge now. Back marker in between. I think that is Fun Times, number 69. So it is Mini Maxi Fun Times, a couple of laps behind because of that 10-minute stop they made. Rogue Racing 1 not making his move past Fun Times yet. Now Rogue Racing 1 is going for it. This is the gap between P1 and P2. 1 second. Rogue Racing 1 putting in great lap times. And surely closing that gap. Mini Maxi's pace has dropped off somewhat, putting in great laps in the beginning, but now only managing to do 50.6s and 50.7s. Could be a tire pressure issue. Again, great tuck from Rogue Racing 1.